Hey, it's Mr. Ickup. That's individuals creating change, uplifting people. And I'm right back at you, dropping gems as I should. And like I always say, this is free game, but it's only free if you don't apply it. So make sure you apply it today. I got a special guest. I'm Juice. I'm excited. It's already been a good day, so I'm ending it off even better. Um, he is Ricky Minaj, Ricky Anderson. Wealth starts with me. You know, he is the game changer, cycle breaker. I know him from back in the day. I'm talking about like one of the first people I even seen with rubber bands around some goo wop and all coming from working different jobs. Like he was like the version of like Jamaican and Mexican to me. Like he was on his hustle. Like at a young age, like me in high school, I used to look up to you like bruh on his shit, like was always working, always was on his grind, and I always seen that, bruh. And that's something that I always seen, like from me and Kel being out of school. I'm like, damn, bruh, you on the shit. Him and Sean, bro, they always working. They always on the clock, but about they paper, bro. And that's something I always respect. And you always had a drive. Well, Ricky, I know he over there hustling. I know he on this shit. You feel me? So,
Yep.
man, without further ado, though, Ricky, man, go ahead, introduce yourself. I don't want to speak too much. I'll be getting
Hey,
juice, but go ahead.
hey, man, I can't even top that introduction, man. Like it feel good, man. Like I said, I'm just happy to be here. It feel good to be here. Somebody that I watch come up, going whether I was going to the hoop game, watching me ball out, and then whether it was coming through, like always was a person just motivated, a young individual. Oh, see, that's one thing I always appreciate about y'all. Y'all was individuals, like I ain't on no following stuff. Like I'm an individual. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I always respected about you. You was like a lot more mature than your years. You know what I'm saying? You even graduated after everybody, and I was like, what? Like I couldn't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy to be here, man.
For sure, for sure. So, man, what you been doing these days? I mean, I'll be seeing you, on the Instagram and everything. Cycle breaker. I'm all about that. Like I said, individuals creating change, uplifting people, and you're definitely do that because you are changing the trajectory, of way people are thinking. You feel me? We
Yeah.
mind shifting. So I want you just to, talk a little bit about that. How you even got started, into the game.
So so right now, what I got going is, I'm as far as I'm just teaching people about like what to do with their money. You got people getting money out here. You got people, some people want to have a job. A lot of people got various things that they doing to survive and make money. What I'm trying to teach people out here is just provoke thought. Like, okay, yeah, you got a job, but as black, and I'm really out here for black people, just like to really teach them, because it's always like we the last to know. When you making money, let's it's a saying that someone on online that I follow, he always got this saying called buy income. So it's like, if you got to spend $5,000 to get a return of $500, you should do that. In 10 months you got the return on your investment. If whether you out here working a 9 to 5 and you flipping shoes, you buy two pair of Jordans, sell one pair for both pair, you just got your pair for free. I'm just really out here provoking thought. I'm just trying to get people to think like, hey, let's invest in some rental properties. Right now, what I do is I help people get, coverage, whether it's life insurance, whether it's investments plans, savings plans. On top of that, I have my own real estate company where I wholesale properties. So if it's something that I can't afford to flip on my own, then I find somebody that can afford it and they take it off my hands. It's called flipping contracts. All this stuff is just stuff I learned on the internet. I teach people to, hey, why are you wearing designer and doing all that? As much designer as you got, I know you own stock in it, and people just should be like, what? And it's like, come on, man, you look.
Hey,
Like,
right.
like,
Hey.
so I'm just out here. I'm just out here provoking thought, and what I'm doing is the way I'm communicating to this people, like even in the insurance business, man. You was one of the first people I seen that made being a financial advisor, talking about life insurance, things of that nature. You made it look cool. I'm like, damn. I'm like, and I'm watching you travel and still work. And I'm like, okay, like you use like he's using the company to travel. You know what I'm saying? And you was living on your terms, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then one time I didn't see you do no business or post no business for a long time. I thought you quit. And then pop back up and you working again. I'm like, okay. So I'm one of those people I pay attention. I'm like, damn, so this, I'm like, okay, so it's like, you doing this on your own terms. I take it with like being a wholesaler, it's or being a real estate investor. No one's really telling you what to do. You either gonna go hard at it or you not. But you can this beats having a 9 to 5 when you're working for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Because you
So
can literally go hard 6 months and take the rest of the year off.
exactly.
And this, you can literally do that in 3 months, depending on how you doing it and your mindset. You can go 3 months and I'm taking off the rest of the year, travel, work from remote. And see, that's what a lot of people don't tell you about the business, those residuals. See, I've been in
Yeah.
it for some time now. So, before I wake up and go do anything, something's gonna come in.
Yeah, yeah, and then you got to think, man. It's like this. It's crazy because I look at me being a sports fanatic. I look at all this shit like the league, any professional league that you made it to, bro. We in the league.
In the
You
league.
are you or who are you? Are you LeBron James or are you somebody that didn't even make the practice squad and no longer on the team now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, who you gonna be in this league? Like, so that's my thing. So it's like, I hopped in the league to where it's like, man, I came to ball. I didn't come to play no games. I'm in the league to ball. Any business I hop in, I look at it like the league. I came to ball,
I
and I
know.
came to share the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron being a 17-year vet, now he say his 17-year-old self will kill his 26-year-old self because he can see the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his 35-year-old self will kill his
Yeah,
27-year-old self. So it's
exactly.
like he can see the game. So I feel like we in the league. We can see the game. We know where we want to go. Some of us starting families, and we know we need to go, and we know what we need to do to get our people on the same track as a whole.
So that's one thing I wanted to say. So like how do you go about that as far as like, talking to our people? Because I know like the different things I may deal with as far as like reaching out to our people and trying to get their mind shifted on, like you said, the foundation. So like how do you go about that? Like, giving that information to our people and not rubbing them like off the wrong way and still, making sure that they get that.
So if I really love you and I got love for you, I don't give a fuck about rubbing you the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care about that because I'm not telling you no bullshit. I'm not trying to sell you boat insurance and you don't have a boat. Like I'm talking about some protection of your life and your family because you got motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care about rubbing you the wrong way. But if it's just in passing and I don't know you like that, I may have heard of you. We may just be like mutual friends. We may have met out. I may just be like, hey, look, I may tell them what I do, and I may say, hey, look, you can look into this. There's some stuff that you can look into. You want to make sure that this is set up. This is set up. One of the biggest challenges is 401k. People are like, oh, I have a 401k or I have this, I have that. My whole thing with that is, hey, if that company take the 401k from you, do you have like what would you do if they just say, hey, the company went bankrupt, we can't afford to give you shit? What you gonna do? I'm like, listen, man, you basically is putting somebody in charge of your future and your finance. You don't want your own shit set up. Like
Right.
you don't. Okay, the job giving you that, cool. That's just a plus. That's like if the job is giving you a rental property, you don't still want to go do it on your own because once you leave that job, that shit is getting taken away. It's like your job is like leaving a marriage.
And
Y'all
that's
break
what a lot
up.
of people do. That's what a lot of people do. And that's one thing we got to educate people on as well is, especially with our generation, a lot of people, they move 10 to 12 jobs before they find their right job, right?
Yeah,
So they're investing into these 401s, but they're leaving them.
yeah.
They ain't doing nothing with them. They left them. So a lot of people got money just sitting that they don't know about or they just forgot about because they sitting at this company. So got to educate people on, what you need to be doing something with your money. You could transfer that. You could put it into something else. So that's one thing too.
And it was crazy is even people that get a job, the 401k. Like I know when I first started working back in my early days of keeping the W-2 income, I was working so hard. I was working for a company to where it wasn't no overtime, no benefits for nothing. So we sometimes we would work. I know we was breaking labor laws, but we was young and hungry. So we didn't really care about that. It's like my whole saying was I'm gonna do my 8 and skate or cut the check. You know what I'm saying? When somebody used to call off, it was a black owned business. Somebody used to call off, they asked me to do their shift. If I knew a payday was coming up, you got to give me $100. I'll do your shift. You know, how bad do you want to be off? Like I'm not, time is money. So if I got to get my overtime, how I can get it, you can make payments. We get paid on the same day. Our check coming up, I need 100. I'll take 50 now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, ultimate. Hey,
So
I told y'all, serialpreneur right here.
It's one of those things to where it's like, man, time is money. You want me to spend more hours at the job? Not only am I getting the hourly, I need 100 from you. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was survival of the fittest. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, and then we wasn't being taught none of this stuff, all this stuff was on my mind. I didn't know as far as like, I didn't know too much about the stock market and stuff like that, but I used to ask people to teach me, and nobody would teach me. One time I worked at a hotel, and the general manager, I used to always get the Wall Street Journal because I used to be like, man, what is in this paper? You know the saying they always said, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book.
Books.
So I'm like, you know what? They could be hiding something from us. Certain people used to get it, right? Um, and some people used to leave it behind and not take it, whether they had a flight. So that's when I first heard of the USA Today. We from Oakland. I
Yeah.
only know about the Oakland Tribune,
Right.
but I used to see the USA Today, and I'm like, damn, what's this one about? And they talking about like the world shit. Excuse me, they talking about the world shit. Then I'm looking in the Wall Street Journal. They talking about stocks. I'm reading up on it. One time, the GM of the hotel see me reading. He like, "What you know about that?" And crack a joke. I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about it. So he wanted me to teach him fantasy football. So I made a deal with him, man. You teach me about stocks, I teach you about fantasy football. And we used to. It's so crazy because people used to see us in the lunchroom having lunch, and people used to look like I was sitting there, like how we said, like a superstar.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just the GM. Like he's a regular person. He's older, so that's why he been able to present these opportunities to be the GM. I'm like, this is not nothing scary. Like, so people be like, oh my God, like what were you talking about? It's kind of like it's like when you in class and you doing your thing and the principal walk in and everybody's like, oh my gosh, the principal. Man, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, who gives a fuck the principal here? Who cares that the owner of the company walked in? You're doing what you're supposed to do. So that was my early thing in learning with stocks and how it go and just trying to, read the market and
Yeah.
seeing how stuff go. And it was just like, damn, like this crazy. This shit is really out here and ain't nobody talking about this.
Nobody. Nobody. I literally can't remember anybody like, oh, bro, I done grabbed some shares of this. When we was younger coming up, I don't remember nobody saying nothing like that. Like it took for my auntie to be like, and me to just be at the house and she telling me like, oh, I grabbed this, I got this, or look up everything in the house, look at things in the house that that your mom buys that's always gonna be around that you always gonna need. She that's how she started putting me on stock. She started go in the house and look at everything in the house.
I'm
Go look
telling
at
you, man.
everything you
I'm,
own.
I'm telling you, man, like like the information is here now, man. Like we really don't have no excuse to be broke. We don't have no excuse to not know how to do something. You can't say I don't know anymore. It's like, okay, you don't know. Well, what are you doing to find out? Or is it something that you don't want to know? Some people really just don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
And all aspects of it, it shows in their lifestyle. It shows in their job. Like, come on, man. It's no way we was put on this earth to work. It got to be a reason why people work so long and then when they retire, they die a couple years after that. Like, it's no way we was put on earth to work and die. Like, that shit is beyond me. That shit
Hey,
is
for real.
crazy.
No, it is crazy, but that's why people have to have the proper planning in place and sit down with, people like us to get, like you said, the foundation. Because if you don't have the foundation, the house is going to crumble. You in the
Yeah.
real estate game, you already know you can't put on certain dirt, certain soil, certain land, certain hills. It got to be right, even
Mm-hmm.
for you to even start building. So that's what people got to understand. You got to have the right foundation so it can be everything can be right.
It start. I'm telling you, man. It all start with the solid foundation, man. Like people try to build, like when they build a house, it start from the ground up. They're not building a house from the roof. Ain't nobody picking out the roof first. Oh, I like this roof. It's like, what the fuck you gonna put that roof on, my guy? Like, it's one of those things to where it's just like now all this stuff is so common sense. You kind of understand, like, look, dude, you can afford to make sure your life is on the right track. You know what I'm saying? I posted something today that was a post from someone else just saying like, hey, do you got life insurance in place? Do you got a couple? Do you got some stocks? Do you have a 700 credit score? Like,
Yeah,
it's
seen
just
that.
like, bro, this is just regular shit.
That's
Nobody
regular.
taught us. Nobody taught us this shit, right? But in certain households, this is normal, and it's not unusual to us. It's strange. Like, wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me, like, now that I've been in this business, people tell me about their 401k. I'm going back and I'm telling people like, hey, ask these questions, ask that questions. They coming back like, bruh, I've been able to I've been able to see my money grow a little more based off the shit you just said to ask. You know what I'm saying? And it's all learning. Like, you 6 years in. So it's like, bro, I know you know the game. You feel me? So me, it's learning. This shit's still exciting me. But like
But and that's the good thing about this game, though. Too, I don't mean to cut you, but like you always gonna learn because the financial industry is always changed, always something new. Just even with the crypto get done, like
yeah,
it's always more stuff for us to learn. But and that's where a lot of people be getting it confused because they think they could just do everything on their own. But it's
yeah,
like now it's people that do this. So now
yeah.
why not let the people that do this handle it? You feel me?
Mhm.
And go ahead about your business.
Man, I'm talking about, man. And what's crazy is, man, I'm looking, like I said, man, being a superstar, being in the league, you got to pick, who you want to be, who you want to model your game after. And like when you coming up in the early days hooping, you probably was shooting shots talking about Jordan. Me, it was Penny Hardaway for me.
Yeah.
Now in this game, you say, oh damn, who I want to model my game after. Who's doing this in the business. And it's not just where you at. This is a worldwide thing to where you can look and see, like, damn, they started with that and took it to there. Like, you just able to see where you able to take it to. I'm telling people, like, man, don't be stagnant. Don't be happy with a day job. We in the days now to where you no longer can be okay with just being okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for real. You cannot be okay with just being okay. That's not
I'm,
gonna cut it.
I'm telling you, man, that's not gonna cut it at all.
That's not gonna cut it. And that's a good one, man. I gotta use that, man. You cannot be okay with being okay.
Hey
Especially
man, I didn't copy and paste and screenshot a couple from you, but that's what
hey,
we here for.
that's what
Like,
hey, but that's what we do. But like bro, that's exactly why I have the quote that it's only free game if you don't apply it. And I literally mean that because like, all right, after this, we're gonna post this, they're gonna get this information, but now they don't apply anything. That's all it was some free game. Saying, but
uh-huh.
now if they apply any of the information, even if they don't spend not no cheese, it costs to take action.
Yeah.
It costs to even start thinking different. Like, hold on, let me, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's no longer free. But now we giving this game, but now it's gonna cost for you to take action to, to jump these hurdles.
Hey, when they fucked up, right? And they checking receipts at Walmart, no offense to people that's checking receipts at Walmart, but if those people had a choice not to, I don't think they would be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably be traveling. I got an auntie that's 70. She still go on cruises and shit like that. She had her foundation together. Retired from work. I think they fired her when she was approaching like the year to where they have to really break you off. I think
Yeah.
they fired her like a couple years back. She ain't looked back since. But so she had her shit set up early in the game. But one thing with families, you'll have that one auntie, two auntie that had their uncle, whoever that had their shit together, but they not bringing it to
They,
the Thanksgiving table
they
and
do
being
not,
like,
and they don't share the game.
they don't share the game.
Uncle Pete be in his room and he don't tell nobody nothing, and he got a whole TV full of money and ain't telling you how you got it,
I'm
no
telling you.
strategies to save it, no nothing, just quiet.
I'm telling you, man, and that's the. I think
But
that's
that's our people, though. I think at
yeah.
the same time too, because while we come up, we don't trust. Like you was saying earlier, like everybody think everything's a scam. Like there's no scam with you making sure your family is in order. Ain't there's no scam about that. Like I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
You feel me? Like there's no scam.
yeah,
Making sure your family's in order, making sure your money is right. If something happens, boom, your family is good. Generational wealth. Everybody running around talking about generational wealth, but don't want to take the steps to really getting generational wealth. And
yeah,
that's crazy to me.
yeah. And it, like I said, man, it all starts with the foundation, man. Like with protection over yourself, and that with protection over your own self. You know, it's crazy how um car insurance is against the law not to have, but life insurance is optional. People will make sure that they car insurance is paid up, but they'll skip a life insurance payment or skip out on that or won't do that. And it's like, but then the same thing, you will be like, you love yourself, you value your life, you know. Now, again, this is all my thoughts. I don't have nothing against anybody, right? Like I said, I was like the super day job person, super 9 to 5. I get 3 and 4 of them. But now to the point to where I'm so much smarter than going to reporting somewhere and have them tell me what to do. Like we got the resources out here to really create our own foundation, to create our own job. You know, if I got like if you build it, they'll come. If you like, come on, think about this. Think about what you did on Father's Day at the lake. You know, first I was salty because I ain't get no invite, but I ain't got no kid, so I wasn't tripping because
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm playing. So I crashed the party anyway.
Yeah.
But then, but like, okay, so think about that. If you build it, they will come. Think about how many people came to just show up and support you. So let's say if that was something you wanted to do, like, and now you get people together, right? Like whether it's I'm having people meet at a bar and we talking about it's financial Fridays. You know what I'm saying? We taking shot, like we make up something and we get people going. And then at a certain point in time, we about to talk about some game and see where everybody at with it. And this what you need to be. If you right here, you need to be aiming for this. This should be your first step. This is how you should get there. And then that way it don't be so like nobody feel like that at a lecture. We make it cool, we make it fun, we make it innovative. You know what I'm saying? If you build it, they'll come. It's just easier to report to work. It's just easier.
Man, it's easier, and a lot of people. But you know what? It's because this, even though like entrepreneurship, because that's what we is like. Even though we may work with a company, because we don't work for a company, we work with a company. So that's what we do. But
Mm-hmm.
even though we work with a company, this is entrepreneurship, and it's not easy. Like I said, so everybody, like I said, it's easier to report to work and go ahead and clock in and get that check, get that for sure, though. But when you could do unlimited, I said, you know what? I told my boy this the other day. I said, you don't mind going to go put in 12 hours for somebody. I said, but just imagine if you put in 12, 14, 16 for yourself. Just imagine. Just imagine, bro. I'm like, bro, you don't trust in you that much? You gonna put in 12 over here for sure for a good 18, 20, whatever. But if you put in 14, 16 hours a day for yourself, go crazy.
And like I said, look how you doing it though. Like this shit look cool. Like you making it like you making this shit look fly. You making this shit look cool. Like it's like damn, you here, you there. Like you ain't never told somebody, oh, I can't make it because I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta act for the time off. It's just like, again, that's crazy, right? You got the business that we're in, but you also have entrepreneurship. Period. Like I said, not only like I'm making calls to sellers to see if they want to sell me their property. You know what I'm saying? I signed up for a course He gave me the game on how to do it. Now I'm taking action, getting that shit done. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the free courses is cool, but I actually like paying because when it's free, I don't really take it serious. But when I pay, I'm like, I pay for this shit. I gotta get in it. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really do well with the free shit. Like because it's free. So it's
And
just
see,
like
and I think that may be like you just point out some key right there. That may be one of our problems too, right? Because I swear I had talked to one of my people. I knew him and his family needed some, insurance, their policies, and afterwards he didn't get anything, and then afterwards he had seen somebody on Instagram and was like, oh, they was doing something talking about how he could trade and stocks. Woo, woo. He was like, and he gave him 500 or 1,000, and I'm like, you didn't secure you feel me, but you went over here, but I was like, well, maybe if I was charging you for me even coming, maybe you would have even, you would have
yeah,
appreciated more. And I
yeah,
think that's what it was because he just feel like, all right, maybe he's spending, his cash. So he's like, all right, maybe I'm gonna really dive into this. You feel me?
yeah, yeah. So I feel like this. Like, what if you like right now? You probably didn't give some people a free consultation. So now it's like this. What if I start charging for those consultations? Like my time is money. I'm not about to drive to your crib just to talk to you about some shit, and it's a chance you don't do anything. Hey, $100 for me to come out. I was listening to a podcast the other day. Somebody got their mobile notary business. Somebody needed something done immediately, right? He was like, oh, 150. You need it emergency, you need it done right now. It's after hours, 150. They turned it down. He didn't trip. Like my time is money. I'm not about to come out and do something. It's after hours, it's late. Like, it's just like the signs is there, man. Like, I don't know if you've seen that billboard. Yeah, it's a billboard. You driving around, it's like a big ass hole in the roof, or the roof is hanging. If you're going down 73rd and you drive over going to Hagenberger, if you look to the left side, it's a billboard with the roof hanging. And it'll
Yeah,
say, this is the wrong time to be making sure you got home insurance. And that just remind me, people be wanting to hit you and call you like, oh man, I'm in the hospital. I just broke my leg. Like, what's up? It's like, man, you got one leg now, cousin.
I've got the most outrageous calls. I could that's gonna be for a whole nother episode we do. But I've gotten some of the most outrageous calls, and I'm like, I just had tapped in with you and tried to, and
Yeah,
you calling me
yeah.
on the bed. You feel me? You calling
I
me on
talked to
the
you
bed.
last week.
You calling me on the bed, literally like, bruh, can you? I'm like, oh, you like, wait, you a day late, dollar short.
Yeah, I talked to you last week. What's going on?
Yeah, that's definitely happened to me before. Yeah, that's gonna happen a few more times, so don't even worry.
Hey, but it's like this though, man. Like what you working with, what we have to offer, what we doing, what you're able to teach people, and that's all we can do. Because like I said, you was in it for a minute. You never talked to me about it, never approached me. We didn't been everywhere in places. You ain't never said, look, man, check this out, man. You heard about this, you thought about this. You never said nothing. You know what
Hey,
I'm
and
saying?
that's crazy because I know you go, bro. Because like I was saying when I started this, bro, I've been knowing you ever since I've been knowing you. You've been on your shit. You
Yeah,
grind, you hustle, you work, and you be on it. And you always, like you said, you always thought different. Like you was talking about like everybody else was on something. Ricky was always on his own get down. Like, you know what, I'm over here on this. Like even
mm-hmm.
when you post, you feel me? You post, everybody else posting all this. Nah, you Ricky over here talking about some wealth. Hold on, how this
Mm-hmm.
real estate, how these flips.
Mm-hmm.
But you been like that. So, but I know that. So I've been like, hold on. But so I should have been tapped in. But like I say, with this business, sometimes and there's so many people. That's why it's so wide open for this business too. At the same time, because there's so many people. Like literally, like I could throw you people, you could throw me people. Like we
Yeah,
could go on, so we could coordinate on the whole North seminar together and bust it
yeah.
down. Like it's so many people that it's like it's room for all of us.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to somebody and then she didn't like what I had. So I recommended you. I was like, hey, listen, talk to she was like, nah, that don't fit me and my family. I said, okay, hey, talk to this guy right here. Maybe he got something that you may like, you reach out to him. So like I do that all the time because it's like this, man. It's like this, bro. If I'm in the city and I bake cakes, and then you like, man, I love to bake. I'm gonna make cakes. We can live next door to each other, bro. I can't bake all the cakes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can literally live in the same house, bro. It's like, you bake cakes, I bake cakes, bro. Like, we got the whole world, bro. And like, we in the Almighty Bay Area, and you got the whole Bay. You feel me?
Oh, Bay, it's
And on
so
social media,
much.
we got access to the whole world. So it's like, don't badger your family, don't badger your friends to support your business. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, fuck them. Your friends and family gonna be the last people to support you. I'm going after the world, and then you gonna hear about me from somebody that don't even know. You gonna hear about me from somebody, and you gonna be like, that's my cousin. And then you gonna want to holler.
Hey, and that's exactly how, bro. That's my same mindset. I swear, bro. Just how you just said that. I swear. I was like, you know what? For motherfuckers who ain't from, I said they gonna hear and they gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my bro. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, you supposed to been tapped in. Like, hold on,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Hey,
yeah,
that's why I told myself, man, I was like, within this business, bro, ain't nobody in the family, ain't nobody close to me, friends, you not gonna be able to say you didn't know, you know.
sure.
Somebody I follow online had got this saying. They say if the world don't know what you do, then you don't exist. Like if the world don't know your business, or everybody around you don't know your business don't exist.
Don't exist. Yeah, and that's true, and that's true, and that's man, that's very true, man. That's very true. Everybody should know what you do. But like I say, it's a teeter totter because sometimes you don't want to be as pushing something like you said, and
Yeah,
then and everybody has their different times. Everybody's not
yeah,
like I said. For some people, it click a little later. Some people it been clicked for when they jumped out the womb. They was like, all
uh-huh,
right, this is my mindset. I know what I'm doing. Some people don't get it till they 18. Some
yeah,
people don't get it till they bump their ass and they be like, you know what, never again. I'm getting
mm-hmm,
my mind all the way right. I'm getting
mm-hmm.
all the way focused and I'm about to be on my shit. So everybody's situation is different. Like I always say, one of my favorite sayings, it's no cookie cutter approach to this shit.
Yeah,
Everybody's, situation is different. Everybody's
mm-hmm.
financial goal is different. Where they trying to get to is different. But we're gonna construct it and make sure you get there the right way.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like it's crazy. Even being on this side of it, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I can, because it's crazy. I be giving away so much game throughout the years, and never wanted money from it, never expected nothing from it,
Yeah,
never
you
was
said that
tripping.
to me in the message. You was like, bruh, you was like, I've been doing this already. And you was like, I can get paid from it.
I just couldn't believe it, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I used to work for a cell phone company, and then I made a commission off selling them phones, but it was phones that they already was coming to buy. It was like the weirdest shit ever to me. And I'm like, bro, I ain't even doing nothing. Like they literally came to get the phone themselves. I helped them. I get commission off of it. And that's how I knew, like, okay, now, but then I'm just selling phones, but now I'm actually helping people doing something a lot more meaningful, and I'm able to really have people get their shit together, get their shit straight. And with everything I'm learning, I'm teaching it to people I'm just teaching it to people. When I find out something, I'll tell you. When I learn something new, I tell people. So now I actually can help you get your shit all the way together. And then after helping you get your shit all the way together, I make money from that. One time I got a question, okay, how much do I got to give you? I said, man, you don't pay me nothing. I'm in partnership with the companies. Once you leave here free of charge. You don't pay me anything. I get a percentage from companies. And that way, and I love that because it doesn't make me feel like I'm taking people money. Like some people be really ready to pay you money. And I'll be like, damn, if I was shifty, I
Man,
could really have people thinking like,
every
yeah, I
time
need.
people be like, how much I owe you? And that's go back to that thing where you were saying about like, I start charging for these
Yeah.
consultations
So
because like
yeah,
time is moolah.
You
I mean,
literally,
I don't
yeah,
know how your company, and I don't really, I don't really say my company name on here because we got all type of compliance and everything. But
absolutely.
but we're not able to do certain,
Uh-huh.
pop. So
Yeah.
you gotta wiggle how you can wiggle.
Yeah, yeah. So, and it's like this, man. At the end of the day, all you got is your, you got your name and you got your word. You know what I'm saying? You going off that. So if in the community, shit is spread fast. You out here doing some fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, hell no, don't do that. Bro out here whoopty wham wham. You know what I'm saying? So you just, my thing is always, man, keep my name clean, keep my hands clean, and then, word is bond. You know what I'm saying? And then you
Always.
should give your life before your word should fail. You know what I'm saying? Like you always just, I'm gonna keep it real with you, like all the time. And then if you can't handle it, like you shouldn't be asking me. And that's with anything. Like it's like some people don't want the truth, or some people do want the truth. Like, man, kick it to me straight. What's going on? Like I'm gonna tell you. Don't ask me. I'm gonna tell you. So now, like I said, I hopped in this shit and I was like, man, I'm gonna start with my friends and my family because they not gonna be able to say that they didn't know and they didn't have an opportunity to be a part of this business to make a boatload of dough just spreading good information, or they not gonna be able to say I didn't offer them, I didn't tell them what do they have outside of their job or what they currently have. And then I was like, pretty soon they're not gonna even be able to get in touch with me. They're gonna have to talk to my assistant. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way my life is going. To where like I'm on a yacht this week. I'll be back. I'll be back in 30 days. Holla at my assistant. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and especially with everything going remote now, it's like, hold on. Like,
That
hold
shit
on.
blew up, bro.
My
Hey,
assistant gonna jump on the Zoom and take care of you and write this app out.
you about to be talking to an answer machine. It's about to send you back an automated system, an email. Fill that out, get back to me. We might not ever even speak. Like, and then I'm off. I'm out the country. I'm out the country somewhere, or negotiating a real estate investment property or something like that, and the business is running itself. Because one thing about these businesses, I'm not building businesses for me to work in. Like I'm building companies for other people to work in.
Right. Outsourcing that is finance, and that's what the biggest tycoons do. They outsource.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, so man, tell me a little bit about the wholesale flipping you doing. If you don't mind getting into that just a little bit, if you could touch on that for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. So for the what? So like what I do is for it's wholesaling. It's like I find a property that is either abandoned. You know, the grass is hella high, the garbage cans is full. Like I ain't seen nobody there in a minute. I'll find that property. Some people got their specialty. I like looking for out of state owners. Like you live in New York, but you own a house in East Oakland. You ain't seen this house in months, but I know somebody I know what go on that in that area. You know what I'm saying? You probably bought this motherfucker in the 80s, in the early 90s when it was cool.
Hmm.
This trajectory of this block didn't change. Now I'm calling saying, hey, do you want to sell this property? I may see like some cracks. I may see the roof messed up. I may see something like that. They want to sell, then I find somebody that want to buy it, and I make my money. I middleman the deal.
Fast,
You
fast,
know,
fast.
a lot of these properties is like some of them is undervalued. Some people, you got tired landlords. You got people that's just tired of owning it. They didn't collected their money for 20, 30, 40 years. They like, man, somebody please take this off my hands. I'm tired of dealing with the tenants.
Hmm.
This, I'm that, whatever the case may be. It's in New York. I'm retired. I'm older now. I can't get back and forth how I used to. So I'm looking at people that want to sell, and I'm taking it off their hands. Right now.
So you got a special site for that you looking up for out of state owners?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
called it's called PropStream.
Okay.
It's called PropStream. The homie, and then like I said, all this I learned, right? Like I learned this from somebody named Tony the Closer. He
Oh
teaches.
yeah, I follow Tony.
Yeah, he teaches this shit. I enrolled in one of his classes, and then
Okay.
he gave me the game. Like how really, because first I was going through various people, but like he was one of the people that really like I felt like it was a virtual like shaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Like,
about.
like really calling me out. Like, Rick, what the fuck is you doing? You bullshitting, bro. Like, this is how you set your shit up. This is how you run your business. That you need to be doing every day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, do you
I
really want to
feel
get
that.
this go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he get at you like
Yeah,
that through the yeah.
yeah. So he really kick it to you straight. So
Yeah,
like
he's solid.
so like that's what I'm saying. And then he give a what happened was even before I joined this class, he gave up so much game for free. It was like 30 days game for the F, right? And it was like, and then we was really getting traction with the free game. So when it came time to pay for something or support, I was like, if you gave me this shit for free, you can have it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no brainer. Hold on, take this. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
That's
what
raw.
so that's what I've been on. So
That's raw. That's raw. That's raw. Man, it's crazy. I got another episode coming out. The guy that I was had on the podcast last week, and he touched on that a little bit.
oh yeah, I know who he is.
Oh yeah, using OPM. Yeah,
Yeah, I know who he is.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
talking about that OPM. So I had got a little game on that
yeah.
insight. I was like, okay,
And I
okay.
think, and then like for instance, because it's several ways you can do it, man. Like real estate always been something I've been attracted to. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I just always like loved everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
like the fact that you can own a property, or I remember somebody was coming to get the rent, and I'm like, who is that? And it's just like, oh, they own this building. I'm like, for real? We just living here, like. You start to ask those questions as a kid, and don't nobody really give you the game. Like, boy, go play. That's what they hit you with. Boy, go play. You feel me?
Outside.
So, when I'm talking to my nephews or I'm talking to my nieces and they asking questions, I give them the game like they was like one of my peers, because I got told, boy, go play a lot, when I could have been way further along if somebody just would have broke down the sauce to me, but they couldn't because they didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm.
Like man, it's just crazy, bro, because you having young kids, they gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gonna be like, if they don't have their own business already, they probably is gonna have it
They,
sooner or later, because
they
the
already
way they
got it.
growing
They
up.
already got it. I ain't
That's
gonna
what I'm
lie.
saying.
Hey,
That's what I'm
hey, they
saying.
already LLC'd up and
That's what I'm
everything.
saying.
Got something hitting them in a second.
Hey, and that's what I'm saying, bro. And like even learning about that, bro. People don't even know you create an LLC. You can hire your kid, and you can pay them a certain amount for a year. You do that for 18 years. Like, it's just so much of the sauce that people don't know, bro. And it's just like, you just try to give it to people and try to really let them know, like, listen, man, this
And when
knowledge
they
is out here. It's been real.
when they turn 18, they already got an 800 because you've been carrying them on their credit card on their company though, but you've been carrying them.
Come on,
Now when
bro.
they turn 18, they got an 800 credit score. They could go get whatever. And that's why they look. That's why us. We look at the others and be like, oh, why does why Helen or Brody over there? Why he got the Bentley coming to high school? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know why? Because his parents put him in. He got
Yeah.
800. You know
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
His parents, they leased that. He got an 800. He only driving it around corner to the school. Yeah, but people don't know about all this game. So
Bruh. Remember what that shit was like, bruh. I remember on the bus going off to Concord to play these schools in football.
and
And
they
I'm looking at
pulling off from the parking lot in whips.
the
Pulling
parking
up the
lot.
De La Salle. They leaving high school in whip appeals.
I'm telling the
Oh, we all
homies.
getting on the 40L.
Come on, bro. We on the 40L, bro. I'm telling the homie. I'm like, look at this. I'm telling the homie, I'm like, oh, this gotta be the teacher parking. I'm like, this has to be I'm getting the flick. I'm like, this gotta be the teacher's parking lot. They're like, nah, teacher's parking lot over there. This the student. I'm like, no way. It's just crazy how it go, bro. But like you said, they got that solid foundation. They've been talking to them like since they was a youth on what to go. So they actually just came into the fold,
Mm-hmm.
So it's not with us, it's uncommon. You like, damn, it's shocking. But with them, it's like, nah, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, this is how it goes. And you like, damn, that's crazy.
Bruh. That shit crazy, bro. And it's so crazy, bro, that for us coming up, bro, we really had nobody that was like even in this field that we in, like even giving this game. That's why it's really up to us, bro. Like I salute you doing what you're doing, and you like, cause I got to get you on another podcast because you do it with your woman, like, and that's another thing, like. Y'all like a dynamic duo with it, so it's like y'all going crazy, y'all both attacking it, and then like especially within our industry, when they see like power couples or when they see couples doing it, like it's more of a like incentive, like, you know what, I want to go with them because you know what, him, they both, they both on the same accord, they on the same wavelength. And that's big, man. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but go up. But we definitely need to be connecting on our own little get down with our seminar. If we talking,
absolutely,
some gaining some people, but we need to be doing more activities together. It don't matter if we different, different branches, but we still connect at the end of the day. And everybody need this game.
Hey man, I got a couple of fly ideas, man. We make sure we sit down and chop it up, and then we'll
man. Hey, listen, we gonna go eat and do it how we do it. But man, listen, I appreciate you jumping up on this podcast for me, man. You done spit a whole lot of game today. Like I always say, it's only free game if you don't apply it. So make sure you apply it. Listen, this is the game changer, the cycle breaker, Mr. The Wealth Starts With Me. We definitely gonna be connecting more. It's not gonna stop, like my boy Diddy say, and like I say, it up, and we're gonna be tapping in soon, man. I appreciate and I salute you, and I love you for coming on this thing, brother.
Hey, real quick before we go, that lunch that we gonna do, if they don't know, it's free lunch. It's a tax write-off. We gonna be talking business. That gets hey, and I'm gonna let you go on that, man. This the part you don't know, man.
Hey, and like I always say, it's only free game if you don't apply it. Listen, y'all, we going on lunch. It's free. It's a tax write-off. Make sure y'all got no businesses in order, LLCs. Man, get that started first. Then you can come sit down at this lunch at this round table.